We're on the air. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WinCAM. It's two visual radios in one. We had Chris Byers on earlier, and he's amazing. Let me tell you, he's got this New England studios, and Jeff Dearman found him. Tonight, we have Jeff Dearman, Kevin Russo on sound. Judy's here. Thank you, Judy, for your help. We're having fun. And look at this, Hurricane Sandy. Sandy was my sister's name. So Hurricane Sandy is going to bring blessings, not disaster, blessings. Okay, and here we are on Visual Radio. We're going to talk to Genya Ravan tonight. Genya Ravan is the singer, deluxe, who has a new album called Cheesecake Girl, and it's great. It's in my car. Reviewing records, I get like 15 tracks per disc, and it's a lot of work to review 15 tracks. Lenny Solomon was here. He's got 11 on this album called Solomon, not life-threatening. Maybe today he's got 14 tracks. And then 14 more tracks on Lenny Solomon, Amanda's Pie. So that's 28. That's like 39 tracks. It's a box set, really, literally. Hey, how's my audio, guys? I'm talking into the phone. Cool. Talking into the phone. We're awaiting Genya Ravan's call. We might talk to John Byers tonight. We're going to talk to Frank Delestrito. Kevin Russo might grace us with his presence, and we're going to have a slugfest, a knockdown drag-out about the presidential election. Me and Kevin, not really. We won't go there. I got my water, and something fell. What fell? I tried calling you before I went on the air, but we're live on the air. That's all right. All right, so I'm on a phone conversation, people, and I'll talk to you after 9. Bye. See, I tried to make the phone call before the show went on the air, but I didn't. And so it's 8:02. Where's Genya? Okay, so Cheesecake Girl is the new record from Genya Ravan, and it's got Do You Know What I Mean? The Lee Michaels hit on it. I have to keep this going in case Genya calls here. So it's got the Lee Michaels hit, Do You Know What I Mean? Oh, we have a phone call. Do you know what I mean? Oh, is this Lee Michaels?
Yeah, this is Lee Michaels.
You sound like Frosty, his drummer.
Stop it.
I got you laughing. Good. That's why friends like me, because I make them laugh.
You do make me laugh. How you doing?
Genya, your record does not make me laugh. It thrills me.
I am so effing happy to hear that, I gotta tell you.
And I'm so happy you didn't use that full word because we're on at 8 o'clock.
Huh?
I'm so glad you didn't use that full word because we're on at 8 o'clock. We're not in the safe harbor.
Oh, okay. We're not in the safe harbor. But listen, sweetie, you know how much it means to me, for you to love it. I'm so glad, and I knew you would, because it's all about the book.
It's just amazing. But
I'm so happy.
It really sounds like you are giving an essay. I didn't realize it was about your book.
Yeah. That's why it's scenes from Lollipop Lounge.
And Lollipop Lounge, people, is Genya Ravan's book.
Yeah.
Which we've talked to you
There's
about.
also going to be an e-book real soon.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I need for you to do a blurb. So you need to send me something for it.
Dust off the old book and blurb it. I got you up on the shelf.
I'm adding on a few more chapters anyway, so, it's the e-book, but it's updated.
I'm going to advise you then. You're getting Buzzy Linhart's record in the mail. He wants to be in your book. He was very heartbroken when he wasn't.
Oh, no, I have a great scene with him.
I'm sure I heard about it with Aram. He goes, how can this not be in the book?
Oh, did he tell you? No, I'm not going to say a word because I want your audience to have to read it.
Let me put it this way. Blue Oyster Cult is in Boston. Well, they're in Foxborough tonight. And they have an album called On Your Feet or On Your Knees. That's all I'll say.
That's all you have to say, okay? And thanks a lot. Now everybody's going to think it's something that I didn't do.
That's the beauty of the Safe Harbor. That's your new album title, Safe Harbor.
No, that was Rosie. That was that group that I produced, Rosie with David Lashley.
They did Safe Harbor?
Incredible. Yeah, he had an incredible track on there called Safe Harbor.
You get what that is.
Amazing.
You know what that is for public access, right? Public access, we don't do pornography or anything till after 10 o'clock.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, not that I ever do pornography. I'm too old, but...
Of course not. Well, wait till my other chapters. I'm only kidding. I'm just joking.
We'll do them after 10, people, in the Safe Harbor.
In the Safe Harbor, yes.
All right, so Cheesecake Girl is like, man, that's first song. Who wrote the music?
I did, and the lyrics.
The music is just so... It's like a
Thank
vamp.
you.
It just goes on like a vamp, and it kind of, man, the Cheesecake.
Well, it does tell the story, doesn't it?
I was afraid of her. It's the girl I ran away from in the rock clubs.
Yeah, right.
The girl that made me what I am today.
I helped make what you are today.
Hey, I met you in 1980 in Florida.
All right, shh.
Okay. But anyway.
Safe Harbor! Safe Harbor!
Hey, so you're distributed by Collectible Records?
Yes.
Collector's
I
Choice?
have a really, really good deal with them.
And
I'm happy with them.
That's very cool. They do great work.
I agree with you. I'm also going to be starting my own label called Tawdry Records. I've got 2 artists on there already, and that'll be through Collectible.
Oh, Tawdry Records. Will the music be tawdry?
Yes, very tawdry. I have the Barbarella Tones from L.A. It's good cross-dressing group, but you have never heard such great fucking music. Oh, such great music. The Barbarella Tones. And I have a chick singer from New York City. Her name is Rue, R-E-W.
I know Rue.
She's great.
I met her at the Intercollegiate Broadcast System.
I'm sure you did. She's lovely, and she writes. I don't know. Have you heard her song?
Of course, she gave me her disc. She's been in touch with me. I didn't know she was signed to your label.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah. She's going to be. I play her all the time on my program. Yeah.
Well, that was my question. You're on Sirius XM Radio. When is your show on?
Every first and second Friday of the month. I have the first Friday of the month is Chicks and Broads, with 2 hours of just women, and from Aretha Franklin to the Pretenders, and I'm a free agent on it. I play whatever I want. I play stuff by the Hearts or the Chiffons, and then I'll go to then I'll go to Blondie, and then I'll go to Tina Turner, and then I'll go to Etta James. So it's a really good 2 hours of great female. I call it the G-spot, because it's Genya Garage and Goldie and girls and gals
and Girl on Top.
Yes, exactly.
My friend Girl on Top from Somerville.
And the second Friday of every month is Goldie's Garage, which is an hour of just unsigned bands. Bands that don't have a chance to be heard on radio or heard by anybody. And there's so much great talent out there, Joe. It makes me crazy that some of them just break up because they can't get arrested, So I'm out there getting bands that are not signed. I don't care, if they're from Oshkosh, wherever. And if they're good and their music is right for my station, they get played.
That's amazing. Now, is Handsome Dick Manitoba with you on the with the show?
No. He's on usually right before me. He's a good friend of mine. I love Dick, Handsome Dick Manitoba. He's the best.
Oh yeah, he's
know
on
him?
our show.
He's a great guy, huh?
We talk about sports. He likes the Yankees. I like the Red Sox.
He's an absolute sports freak. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been.
Leo, Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We didn't say anything in the past month about because the Sox and the Yankees didn't do well. So we had no, like, for the past few years, we've been going up, at each other, but this year it was a truce.
Right.
Because,
Yeah, well,
why?
funny. And I love his wife, Zoe, and his kid is gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, isn't he?
Well, I've never really met them. I just see the pictures on Facebook.
Yeah, they're fabulous. They're a great little family. I love them.
I got to come down to New York and
I'm
visit all
so
of them.
glad that you know them. So now I can tell them, hey, you talked to my friend Vig.
Oh, yeah.
And really, okay, this is great. Okay, it's a small world amongst the heavies, baby.
Well, Genya, I've been doing this IBS thing for 20 years. It's an intercollegiate broadcast radio thing in New York in March, but we've got it November 17th. If you're in the Boston area, we're doing a record company
Well,
panel.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I was
November?
going to ask you, what's a good place to play? Because now that I'm rehearsing my band for the Iridium, which, by the way, is February 6th, we're doing the Iridium. I would like to, actually, then we're going to Pennsylvania to play a club in Pennsylvania, and some part of South Jersey we're playing, and I wanted to know what's a good club in your area.
Let me talk to the Bull Run for you in Shirley, Mass, because they have bands that are incredible. And then there's the Kowloon in Saugus. The Kowloon has Shirley Alston Reeves of the Shirelles tomorrow, but they do all sorts of stuff.
Oh, why don't you talk to those people and let me know?
Yeah, I'm friendly with both.
Yeah.
And they bring bands up from New York. They're very cool. If the Kowloon brings you up, they'll give you a hotel. So
That's exactly what we're going to need. And you know what? Do it right after February, Although March, I am playing someplace in Middletown. I don't even know the name of the club, but we got booked there. But, anytime, just book it. Let me know.
If you want to come up here on Saturday the 17th.
I'll give you the part. Say that again?
If you want to come up here Saturday the 17th of November, there's a record panel at Simmons College that I'm moderating, but that's where I met Rue, only I met her in the New York version. So I'll send you an email.
Interesting.
But I'm just letting
Send
you
me
know
an
that.
email. I'll send you the particulars about doing a gig, okay?
Yeah, because we'd love to have Genya Ravan in Boston. You haven't been here since what, Jonathan Swift's?
I have absolutely since Urban Desire, and I mean it. It's been years.
And I was at the show.
Here.
I was at your show
That's
in
it.
Cambridge.
Oh.
Hey, Genya.
It was a great time, yes.
I do something called the demo that got the deal. Did you have a demo and was it Russ at 20th Century?
What about him?
Did you have a demo for 20th Century? A demo that got the deal?
Yes, it was shadow boxing.
So did you do a demo of shadow
It was
boxing?
piano. Yeah, I did me and the piano. That's all it was.
Oh. Okay, wow.
I got the deal. As a matter of fact, they wanted to put that out instead of the full band. I said, no. I said, first listen to it recorded,
Oh, so did you go out to L.A. or were they in New York?
Well, Russ from
20th Century.
20th, yeah, he was not there. It became Harvey Cooper.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
So you went to Harvey Cooper. Did you mail it to
Yeah.
him? Did you meet with him?
No, somebody in New York was a liaison, pretty much like you are, with a lot of places, like what you're doing with the clubs with me now,
Yep.
that you're going to talk to. That's exactly how that happened. Someone I knew said, oh, this is incredible, Genya. Harvey Cooper just got, he's head of A&R for 20th Century. And then, I started to tell him what I wanted the campaign to be, that guy behind my album cover,
Oh, so that's so cool. Because you were label mates with basically Diane Renee of Navy Blue and Harriet Schock.
Harriet Schock, yes.
She's in a new movie.
Is she?
Yeah, I just got the DVD.
Really?
Yeah, but I've been
I'd
playing you before Harriet, so don't tell Harriet that. You got the priority
I
this
won't
time.
tell Harriet. Now, Angel of the Odd is about Aram, And Cobblestones and Rolling Stones is about Goldie and the Gingerbreads. This whole album is about every chapter of my book.
Is it chapter by chapter?
No, not exactly. Like Lady of the Harbor. See, if it was chapter by chapter, Lady of the Harbor should open the album because that's about coming to the United States.
Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Hey.
So you know what? I mean, on the CD itself, when you see it and you see the titles of the songs, it'll tell you what chapters they pertain to. Like Cheesecake Girl is just every chapter, you know? And Angel of the Odd, it says chapter, 5. Cobblestones is chapter 3. Let's Get Jack is chapter 2. That's about my sister's first husband. I wanted to kill him. So
And that's what happened
that's
to
Let's Get Jack. Bad Bad Girl, that's really almost every chapter. Baby I'm Down was, Papalardi's song, Mountain. I just love that song. And I did 2 Ian Hunter songs that pertain to, that I felt really belonged in this. And the rest of it, they were all mine. I wrote them all.
Well, Coney Island Baby, I, Colorado.
Coney Island Baby, yeah. You know, Joe, I've been wanting to do that song for how long now? I mean, a long time. I think I told you about it when I first met you. I said, I want to do this Lou Reed song, I mean, that's how long I've been wanting to do that. I'm so glad you like the treatment, because that's touchy,
And you know what Cream Magazine said about Coney Island Baby?
What?
If you were a homosexual in high school, you'd want to play football for the coach, too. Only they didn't use the H word, they used another F word.
Yeah, they used another word, yeah, exactly.
But it was funny.
Do you like the way I changed my rap?
I did because, Lou never cared about top 40, and it's such a top 40 oriented song, but playing football for the coach isn't really top 40, is it?
No, it isn't.
No, so you did it, and I love the
Especially for the coach that just got jailed for what he did with his football players.
Now we're in the safe harbor.
All right, okay, safe harbor.
I know, I kind of led you into that dark path. I'm
You
sorry.
did. You trapped me. You did. You put down a little bear trap for me.
And you walked right in.
And I walked out, well, I'm Polish.
Collectibles, it's so cool to see the Collectibles signature on the disc.
Yeah, I agree. I like the collectibles.
You know what they got to do?
The oldies, I love their label.
You got to change their link, though. The internet link's got to be www.goldies.com.
Yeah, you're right. They should add a G to it.
You should do it. You should get it and say to Oldies, here, it's goldies.com, a division of Oldies. It's just
I should
perfect.
probably start a label called Goldies on Oldies.
I think. Well,
I think you might be right. You've always been good with press, Vig? Always been good with press. Boy, you and I have had so many ups and downs when you think about it. Oh, my God.
Well, I've been the ups and you've been the downs, and,
Excuse me. I was going to say it the other way around. Let your audience be the people that tell us who's up and who's down over here.
Genya, I love you so much, but you had me halfway to being a misogynist, really. And if anyone accuses me of that, I just say blame Genya, blame Goldie. It's her fault.
Blame Genya.
I liked women until I met her.
Genya.
No, it's...
Now you're the angel. You're the angel of the odd, honey.
Oh,
that
good.
song should have been about you.
Well, poor Aram. I'm sorry Aram's gone.
Yeah, me too. I wrote this right after he went, too.
He was a lawyer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he
Wait, could I use him now? No, I'm only kidding.
Well,
my book is going to become a film, and there's a contract at hand now. People I got so much to tell you. What about Stana Katic playing me in CBGB's? Did you hear about that?
No.
The film, CBGB's, coming out soon.
I didn't know about it.
Okay. Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh my God! It's been in Hollywood Reporter. It's been in every paper. I mean, Stana Katic from Castles and I got together. She called me. I never thought I'd share this. She goes, "Hi, this is Stana Katic. I'm going to be playing you in the film CBGBs." I went, "Oh my God!" So we got together because she needed to study me. Well, she took pictures. They're on my web. They're on the Facebook website. She took pictures. They took pictures of her being me on the movie scene. I'm telling you, she's got the tattoos. She's got the T-shirt, no bra. You know, the cigarette in the hand. I hear she nailed me. Cheetah says she nailed me.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's coming out in, on 2013. Also, something that Jay-Z went and sampled one of my songs from the Genya Zelkowitz album. You know that?
Of course I know that. Goldie Zelkowitz.
Yeah, you know that album.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know I did an Allman Brothers song, right? They took that song and they sampled it, and now it's really, it's on the trailer for a movie called Gangster that's coming out, and that's with Nick Nolte. It's got major actors in it. Everybody that's anybody is in that movie, and there's my voice all over the trailer.
That is so cool.
So there's a lot of stuff happening. So now there's interest in my book for a film. So point is that I have a little contract in my hand that was just sent to me. I'm going to get a lawyer to look it over, of course. But anyway, things are popping, baby. They're popping.
I just interviewed Robert Zemeckis.
Yes, from a film.
He did Forrest Gump, Contact, Back to the Future, 1, 2, 3.
Hey, you just interviewed another friend of mine, Ian Hunter. So you're doing. Boy, you just got them coming at you, don't you?
Ian is a sweetheart. Ian is wonderful. They're in Europe right now. You know Steve Hawley, his drummer, is a dear friend.
So you know that his piano player is my piano player.
It's so cool. It's so incestuous in New York.
Yeah. It is very incestuous. Don't bend over.
So your piano player is in Europe right now.
Don't drop the soap. What?
Your piano player is in Europe right now with Ian?
Yes. So I'm getting another piano player. Thank you, Ian.
I said to him, Ian, your tour reflects Lou Reed's 73 tour. And he said, Joe, it just happens. It's just how it happens, and they give me the dates. But it's kind of funny, Genya. It's like Back to the Future. This is the way Lou's tour went when he did the Rock and Roll Animal album, the Berlin tour.
Right.
And it's just kind of funny that years later, 40 years later,
yeah,
they're on the same circuit. But he's right. It's just kind of like happenstance.
Now that I'm rehearsing my band for the Iridium, that's what I said. I think I'm gonna just keep playing now. So yeah, I'll come to Boston.
Oh, we'd love to have you here. It's up to the clubs because I just know these people. I'll just tell them, and they know who you are, and it's up to them.
Yeah.
And you can talk.
I'll send all the information they need. And.
Oh, it'd be awesome to get you up here because this record's really good. Where did you record? What studio?
We recorded at Chen Lab Studios. That's my drummer's studio. And I mixed and did all the overdubs in my studio, which I call Buffoonaville.
Ah. Buffoonaville.
Oh, yeah.
That is so neat. Now, I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind, the demo that got the deal for 10-Wheel Drive.
There was no demo. They actually came to the gig at the bitter end, and we got signed.
Oh.
Yeah, there was no demo, darling.
Were there a lot of different labels? Because your band was hot in the day.
The band was not hot until after we recorded.
Okay.
Polydor, Jerry Schoenbaum just started the New York offices. And, so they were pretty new here, of course not in Europe, but they're ancient in Europe, but they were new here in the States. And when they caught us, he flipped. Jerry flipped, and so he signed us. So there was no demo, really. And we didn't have a chance to go to other labels. We just went with him because the deal was sweet. It was an offer we couldn't refuse.
And what club was it again?
The bitter end.
Oh, they went to the bitter end? And,
Yeah, I played there 2 years ago. We sold out the house. There was standing room only.
it's great that it's still there.
Yeah, oh, and Paul Colby, God bless his soul, he's in his 80s. He was brought up on stage, actually wheeled up on stage to announce me. And he brought up stuff that I totally forgot about, how, I promised him if we ever got big, I'd play there for nothing, and I did that, and I didn't even remember that, and he remembered it. So he talked about it. It was really something.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Did they videotape the show? Or someone must have, nowadays.
Yeah, I have it. I have it.
Cool.
I do have it. Yep.
I hope you tape everything, Genya, because it's magic.
I'm going to, because I'm so upset about the whole Goldie and the Gingerbreads thing. The only thing we managed to save was, the Dudley Moore show, Peter Cook, Dudley Moore show, not only but also Goldie and the Gingerbreads were on there. But all the Ready, Steady, Go and all the stuff we ever did with the Stones and everything else, nothing was saved. Nothing. They used to go over the same tapes.
I know, it boggles my mind. It's just horror stories.
Me too. I'd love to find a Dick Cavett show tape and and I don't even have the Johnny Carson tape. I have pictures, but no tape of it.
Those people at Shout Factory, you must know the Foos. FOOS, Shout Factory, they had Rhino Records.
Yeah, what about that?
They've got Dick Cavett stuff, so maybe if you contacted Shout Factory, I'll send you their contact info.
Okay, great, thank you.
I think they have the
And
archive.
Della Reese, remember when Della Reese had a show?
Yeah.
Oh, we were on that too, and I don't know where, I don't have a copy of that. So, there's all this stuff. I don't have copies of anything. I was just so running those days. I was so busy running, I forgot to have a baby too.
Well, these things happen. The band
Get married.
sounds great. The band sounds really good on the record.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're into this record, because this record, to me, is my other urban desire. This album is my other urban desire.
What's interesting, and I'm one of your biggest fans, you know that. And you sent me all the files, and I'm being inundated with stuff to download, and it's mind-boggling because I got all these CDs to review. So I drive around in the car and review them in the car. And
Right.
it's just, and people don't understand because everyone's downloading these days. Well, I'm an old timer,
Well, of course. Yeah.
and it's and that's how it gets traction. And I just reviewed a Who DVD. It is great. Who 75. Carol Kay. Carol Kay and Ricky Byrd.
Oh, yeah.
So Carol, the publisher.
What about that?
Yeah, she sent me the Who DVD, and it's
Oh.
it's the Who at their peak. It's 75.
Oh, my God.
It's Keith Moon in the pocket. And I even put their ages down. I had to. I said, this is just when I saw them in 73. This is the magic. It's just that frozen moment in time when they were just immaculate.
Yeah. Oh, and it is a frozen minute in time. It's definitely a frozen minute in time. Those were the good old days. But hey, guess what? These are the good old days, too. We're going to be talking about these days 10 years from now.
Well, the important thing is you and Ian Hunter released two good albums because, Ian's last one before this, it was good. It had some great moments, but compared to the ones before it and this current one, I just felt it went into a more of a mainstream direction that wasn't Ian. And
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And dare I even say it? It sounded very Cougar Mellencamp, and he's got his guitarist. And I thought, well, this isn't the pioneer. This isn't the great Ian Hunter. And this new album is.
Right.
Oh, there's a song about Crazy Horse. Oh, it's amazing. Have you heard the new album?
Well, I'll have to listen.
I'm
going to listen.
It is fantastic.
He
hit it out of the park.
Actually, I'll email him and tell him I'll send him mine if he sends me his.
They'll be back. They're going to be here in Boston in December. Now, wouldn't that be a great bill if you could open for Ian December 8th, I think it is?
Well,
that's the Paradise.
Things possible, baby, but
that's the Paradise Theater.
Huh?
That's the Paradise Theater. It ought to be jammed.
Right. Well, I just thought I wanted to have the Iridium be my very first, which is February.
Okay, then.
Then move on.
I'm just a fan, yapping out of turn.
I know you're never out of turn, honey. You just get excited, and I love that you still maintain being that excited. So don't change it for me, not if you care for me. Anyway, let me stop singing. What am I singing to you for? People pay me for that shit.
Oh, another safe harbor moment from Genya Ravan.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm reading The Underground Church, Reclaiming the Subversive Way of Jesus. Jesus.
No, it's not going to help. I'm Jewish.
Jesus was a radical, and he was Jewish, may I remind you.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
And I was named for his father.
Oh, well, no wonder I did you.
Well, actually, I was named for my father's father, but
What, Viglione?
my father's name was Joe.
Oh, Joe. All right.
And when I was born, he demanded mom and dad.
So you're
name
going to
Joe.
tell me Jesus is Italian now. Jesus is Italian now, right?
He and little Richard.
Hey, how is Tortelli doing?
Tortelli's good. We're actually going to a book thing on Sunday. He's a bookworm these days.
Give him my love, will you?
I will. He's another fan of yours.
I know, and I love him too.
He's getting your CD on Sunday because I was too.
He actually did a great interview with me for Goldmine. Yeah, that was a great interview.
Have you seen Goldmine lately?
No, is it good or bad?
It's good to a point where they've made it a smaller magazine like the old Cream. It's still got the great collectible stuff. I still love it. I still subscribe. They did a nice thing on Janis Joplin. They did a nice thing on the Beatles. So, they're going to the core of the collectible market. But it's not like the old days, Genya. Newsweek is going to stop printing in January.
Again?
Newsweek is gone. There's USA Today and Newsweek is going to be online only.
Oh, man.
The Christian Science Monitor, which was like a daily paper here, it's now like a weekly. And the Boston Phoenix looks like a magazine. I should mail you a copy.
Oh, I would love to see it. Are you kidding me? The Boston Phoenix, are you kidding? How are they doing? How's their business? Well, things are changing. I mean, people shopping online. There's no going to stores. The stores up here are empty. I don't know how they are in Manhattan because I don't shop in Manhattan anymore because I live upstate New York. But I got to tell you, the department stores are closing down. It's all about shopping online. Everything is online.
Fascinating, because here, we got comic book stores here, and people go to them. There are record
Yeah,
stores.
it's like vinyl, baby. There'll always be the diehards,
Yeah, but the comic book industry with these movies are really bringing a resurgence.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I don't read them anymore. I don't have time. I'm too busy writing.
Really?
It's hard to do anything when you're writing or you're doing this. I interviewed this guy, Chris Byers, at 5:00 today. He's building this mammoth film studio in New England. NewEnglandStudios.com. Check it out. So he has got this film studio near Fort Devens. So say you're doing the Genya Ravan story, right, on this film studio?
Right.
There's the Fort Devens with the Army barracks. You can actually, make a deal with them and get the planes and the helicopters and stuff. It's amazing. But it's this huge, sprawling film studio like Hollywood right here.
Isn't that great? Like you have in Long Island now, yeah.
If you come up, we'll have to trek out there. You gotta spend the day with me.
Listen, I have to come up because I have to hang out with you a little bit.
Yeah, we'll hit the radio stations. I'll give you a little tour.
Great, I'd love it.
I'd
love it.
The new record again is Cheesecake Girl, and if people have read the book Lollipop Lounge, you can read the book and listen to the record at the same time.
Because the songs are about the chapters. Yep.
Or read the record and listen to the book.
That'd be great.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I miss you, Genya. It's so good to hear your voice.
Thank you, baby, and you. Listen, you're going to try to make the Iridium?
What's the date? I do got to come to New York, so why don't I? When is it? February what?
Why don't you? It's February 6th. Come on.
Yeah, because I got to go see your old friend Margot Lewis. I got to interview her.
Yeah.
And
Oh, why don't you? Yeah, she's pretty busy these days, but you should.
yeah, we've been in touch.
I saw Ginger. I saw Ginger the other day too.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's so much I got to do in Manhattan. I've been away too long. I'm there every March, but I should come down in February too.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
I hop on the Amtrak. I won't drive anymore. I take the Amtrak. I do my writing.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Why would you want to bring a car into Manhattan anyway?
I can't take it anymore.
I take a bus in now. I don't even want to take a car in.
Yeah, the bus is too scary for me. It really is. I took it a few times.
Yeah.
So I like the Amtrak. I just kind of like go to the
Yeah.
get a coffee.
It's great.
Yeah. So, okay, we got a date, me and Genya.
Let somebody else do the driving. You come, okay?
I got a date with Genya Ravan.
Yes, you do, baby. It's going to be a hot night.
All right. Genya, thanks so much.
Thank you, Vig.
All right.
Hey, listen, we love you, okay? We all love you.
We love you, too. And you've been visualized. Genya Ravan on visual. Oh, say it for me. This is Genya Ravan on Visual Radio.
This is Genya Ravan on Visual Radio, talking to Joe.
Thanks, Genya.
Love you.
Love you, too. Bye.
Bye.
Genya Ravan, the great blues singer. Hey, Kevin Russo want to come in? You don't have to. You don't have to, but you can. But you'll have to, that was Genya Ravan. We're going to talk to Kevin Russo. Then we got our movie night. And I got to find my telephone to get the movie phone number. Where did I put my telephone? Here it is, right in front of me. Where are my glasses? They're in my hand. That was fun talking to Genya. And the new record is Cheesecake Girl, and I'm listening to it in my car. We're having fun here at WinCAM. I love the green screen. We got some renovations you're going to know about. I like that, Jeff, that I'm fading into the black. I fade to black. Kevin, you'll have to put a microphone, the batteries in the microphone.
Where's the battery?
And it's right there. And we'll do a brief Johnny Byers. No, I was going to let you, put the batteries in, you can talk on here.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 781.
Well, he's on the line with EEI or 98.5. So today we had Chris Byers on, and Kevin came in and met Chris. Jeff Dearman directed. Jeff is directing tonight. He's doing a great job. There are 2 voicemails here on my telephone. So I don't know this number. It's an 845 number. Strange. During a show, people call. Don't they know I'm on the air? Isn't this like a worldwide show, Kevin? How you doing? We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I'm good. Busy.
Are you making movies?
Trying to.
Make a horror movie at your house, and I'll be the vampire.
And don't
film.
do vampires.
No, I'll be the vampire. You just,
I don't do vampires.
So Kevin's house is
I'm not a Twilight fan at all.
He's a nuisance here in Winchester. The neighbors are all have to put up with skeletons and
Oh yeah.
ghouls and goblins and.
Oh yeah. My neighbors hate me.
Hey Jeff, is his mic working?
Hello?
No.
Hello?
Is Jeff there? Is the mic working for him?
Hello?
Can you hear Kevin? I can hear Kevin. I can hear me. It's Visual Radio. This is Kevin Russo on Visual Radio.
Hello? 1, 2. Do you hear me?
I'm trying to see the monitor. Oh, I hear me. You talk.
Hello? You're good. Hello?
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. I'm good. Okay, so I'm reading the Underground Church reclaiming the subversive ways of Jesus. He was subversive. He was a radical.
Okay.
So are you voting? Have you ever voted before?
Well, Once, but that was probably government, but.
Are you voting?
Yeah,
So where do you vote? Do you vote in Winchester?
yes.
Town Hall?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
This is actually my first real one, so.
Yeah, we did the primaries, but in Medford, you have to do the census every year. So I went down to the Register of Voters and I said, do you have our census? They said no, so they just typed it out and we did the thing. And I just wanted to make sure there was no funny business at the polls, but Obama's got Massachusetts 20-1, so, it's kind of like I'm voting for Elizabeth Warren.
I'm not going there.
He's voting for Scott Brown.
I'm not going there.
He's not going there. But it's okay, Scott Brown's going to be senator too. They're both going to
Yeah.
win, you know that, right?
Yeah, but
Did
I
you-
would like to see him more ruling.
And more what?
I'm tired. I would like to see him win.
Well, Scott Brown's going to become senator, did you know that? Elizabeth Warren's going to win, and Scott's still going to be senator.
I don't think she's gonna win.
Well, she's already up in the polls, but do you know how they both win? How do they both win?
I don't know.
When Obama wins, he's going to make John Kerry Secretary of State. Scott Brown's going to take Kerry's seat,
Yeah, but
and Elizabeth Warren's taking Scott Brown's seat, so they'll both be senators. They both have to make nice. He won't be insulting her heritage.
I just feel like everybody's just lying about each other. So
It's way out of hand.
I mean,
It's way out of hand.
yeah, I'm not going there.
Okay. Do we even dare?
No.
Who is it? Do we even dare?
No. I guess.
It might have been a fax. Them's the fax. Sounded like a fax. I like the screen. Look at that. I like that. It's like, wow. Very cool. So Kevin, what are you doing? What are you filming? You've been busy?
Yeah.
You causing trouble on Facebook?
Trolling.
Huh?
I've been trolling. I post, I've been trolling it for random things. So I tend to hate Facebook more and more and more every time I use it.
Well, I like it.
I truly discourage Facebook. It just causes more drama.
Well, it does. People can get, very amped up. Amped up.
I've probably posted 10 things that I hate about Facebook. So
They finally hit the curve where they're actually getting some good traction, I guess, on the stock exchange. So good for them. I don't know what did it, some report, but they're happy. So are you making movies? Are you making music?
I've been tending off and on both sides. So I've been making tracks on my Mac. So yeah.
Oh,
And
and
I am tending to make a movie, but a short film, I guess, because I'm probably just gonna be me doing it, so it's gonna take a little longer.
did you join the Just a Minute Film Festival?
No.
Just a Minute Film TV, I think it is. You can Google it, people. Just a Minute Film Festival. That's fun. It's 1-minute movies. I was talking about it earlier.
I heard about it, but I just didn't have time to do it, and I probably would think about doing it. I don't know.
So
I
now,
guess I'll, end up trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, because I have Halloween coming up, and so.
next week.
Yes,
Now, I think there's something happening here at WinCAM on the Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
I don't know.
There's a get-together Judy's putting together. So people out there, I think there's a gathering here at WinCAM. Check out the WinCAM website. And now, Winchester voting. Let's go local. Are you voting for anyone in Winchester, or do you want to talk about it or not? Okay.
Because
I think
don't
Jason
do-
Lewis is running. Yeah, I think Jason is running. He's a nice guy. He's been here at the WinCAM studios.
But sorry to change the subject.
Change the subject.
I mean, for Halloween, I've done haunted houses. I'm doing my haunted house, but it's gonna be a twist. So there's going to be a twist. I'm doing a fundraiser for cancer research. So it's gonna be $100 donate. You know, it's going to be 100% donation to. So there will be all the money that's been given or gathered will be all shipped to American research.
A good cause.
Yeah, for a good cause. So.
And at least people know it's going there. And it's not these phone calls you get in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
You know what I do with those phone call people? I say, how much percentage is going to the charity? 10%. Well,
No, this is 100% charity going to.
And that's the way charity should be.
So I
you know, of course there are operating costs for some of these big companies, but always ask people. Always ask.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, I'm doing this huge haunted house thing, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I've been keeping up and putting stuff up and twisting things around, so that would be fun.
Now, we're going to do our movie, which is DOA, for tomorrow night. And we're going to call the film critic. You can stay if you'd like.
I could do this.
It's totally up to you. It's film critic town, but
What, you heard about that movie, The Hobbit, right?
yeah.
That's coming out soon. Hopefully.
Let's see if Frank knows.
Ostrino, talking about movies.
Frank, do you know when The Hobbit is coming out?
I do not.
And Kevin Russo's here with me, film critic. You talked to him maybe last year.
Okay. How you doing, Kevin?
Good.
Kevin, why are there so many film critics named Kevin?
I don't know. Very interesting question.
Right, okay. I mean, it's a good name for a film critic. I'm not complaining. But I'm just, when as soon as I heard your first name, I didn't remember you, so this guy must be a film critic.
I've got 2 more films for you, which I'll get you on email for the next 2
Okay.
weeks.
All right. Are we ready to start?
DOA.
Okay, DOA. But before I go into that, I had a great experience last night as part of Universal's 100th anniversary. Universal Studios was formed 100 years ago. They're playing some old movies on big screens. And though I've seen Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein countless times on television, I've never seen them on the big screen before. And I went last night to the double show, and it was magic. So if anybody has a chance to see some of these old movies, they really come alive when you see them the way they were meant to be seen, which is on a big, big screen.
And which 2 again did you see?
This was Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh,
It was one of the events that's organized by Turner Classic Movies. They broadcast all over the country, and it's in the movies. And they had some specials, but the movie themselves were special enough. So, highly recommend it if anybody has the chance. If they keep an eye out, because there's more of that going on this year because of Universal Centennial. So there'll be other ones shown. And you forget what kind of movie it is when you only see it on television. And I've only seen I've seen the horror classics more times than I can count, but I very rarely have seen them on the big screen. So it was a real treat. DOA, Dead on Arrival. Joe, you stray around, but you always go back to your first love, film noir.
not me. It's Anthony Gabari.
Well, I mean, okay, well, film noirs, you guys always come back to it, and I'm glad you did it tonight because Dead on Arrival, DOA, which stands for Dead on Arrival, but the title of the film is DOA, is one of the classics of film noir. A bit late in the genre. It was 1950. And I can't give away too much of the plot, but in the first 5 minutes you find out a man has been somehow gotten a strange poison into his system, which is going to kill him, and they can't stop it. And he has a few days to figure out how it all happened. And when we first learn this, he has no clues, but little by little he starts piecing things together and tracking people down. And of course, when you know you're going to die in a couple of days, there's not much they can do to you. And the film takes off from there. And it is there's a lot of film noirish movies with the shadows and the darkness and all that, but they're not really film noir because their plots don't have that at the core. But this has the paranoia, the who to trust. No one's telling it all. Everyone's got a secret story that you have to uncover, and this guy is peeling it away with no time at all because he has to hurry. And he, by the way, is Edmund O'Brien, a character actor who was about to become one of the top character actors through the 1950s, and he was in a lot of big-name films. And I believe this might have been his first starring role. He wasn't the kind of guy that got a lot of starring roles because he didn't have the he had a rugged good looks, but he did not have the classic leading man good looks. And he had the kind of he wasn't a heavy man at all, but he had kind of a stocky build. He wasn't leading man material, let me say, but he was a superb actor. He got an Academy Award about 3-4 years after this movie was made for The Barefoot Contessa, and he was a fixture through 1950s movies. And I saw him a lot on TV when I was a kid in the 1960s. And he's very good in the movie. The movie's directed by Rudolph Mattei.
Don't know him.
Well, not many people do, though. You've probably seen When Worlds Collide. That's one of his movies.
Ah.
And you've probably seen a lot of movies that he photographed. I mean, he was a cinematographer for 20 years before he directed his first film. So he worked with Hitchcock. He worked with Orson Welles. He worked with Ernest Lubitsch. He worked with a lot at the big studios in some of their big movies. And then in the 50s, late 40s, early 50s, he switched to directing. And his directorial efforts were kind of pedestrian. When Worlds Collide is remembered mainly for its special effects, but it's kind of a mundane drama on screen. But this one, he really excels himself. DOA is a very well-made movie and very tense throughout it all. There are two famous, at least famous in my world, an actor and actress who will make their first real film appearances in this movie. Beverly Garland is billed as Beverly Campbell, and she'll become a queen of the bees in the 1950s.
Sure.
She was in a lot of Corman stuff, Not of This Earth, It Conquered the World. My favorite film with her, she's one of the people that saves the film from being utterly absurd, is The Alligator People. And the other one is Neville Brand, who I imagine a lot of your viewers will not really remember. To me, he was Al Capone on The Untouchables. And before 1950, he had appeared in a couple of movies and in television, but usually not with a speaking part. He was kind of a thug standing in the background. He had the face that you wouldn't want to meet on a dark light. He was a real tough-looking guy. And this is a small but a good role for him, and it's kind of quirky. And if anybody doesn't know who Neville Brand is, if you watch this movie, he's the guy driving the car about midway through the movie. And when you see that scene, you're going to go, wow, this is a strange performance. But in a movie like this, it's a bit over the top, and it works. In film noir, you never know quite who the good guys and the bad guys are. But the premier bad guy who's kind of one of these slimy guys, too gentlemanly to be a good guy, is Luther Adler, who is he's one of the older people, and he's only 47. But this tends to have a young cast. He came out of Yiddish theater. His parents were both in Yiddish theater. His family was in Yiddish theater, and then he switched to English language theater early in his career. And he was mainly in the theater, but he made movies here and there. So this is one of his infrequent film appearances. And he played Hitler more. He didn't look much like Hitler in this movie, but in his early days he played Hitler a bit, and he was even played Adolf Hitler in an episode of Twilight Zone about 10-12 years after this movie was made.
Wow.
So I don't think Adolf Hitler, though. This guy was a character actor. He usually gravitated towards villainous roles.
We got 90 seconds. I want to ask you another question. So this
I'm
movie,
out of it.
DOA, is tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And do you have anything else on it that you quick? Or
No. Go ahead, ask your question.
did you see The Girl, the Alfred Hitchcock movie, and did you, Kevin, see The Girl on Saturday night?
I saw The Girl. Yes, I saw it.
Did you think Toby Jones was miscast as Alfred Hitchcock?
I thought he had the voice down pat.
Me too.
I thought from behind. When you ask a question like, "Do you think he was miscast?" You should make it a more neutral wording.
Thank you.
I thought he had the voice down pat. I thought from behind when he was talking with the camera behind him, which they did a fair amount, you couldn't tell it wasn't him. He didn't have Hitchcock's eyes at all, and that kind of made it hard to. I think he was miscast. I think he did a good job, but you have a a strong image of Alfred Hitchcock, you know, and anyone that deviates from that, you're going to say this is not Hitchcock.
I got it.
Well, I will say this: they bent over backwards to make the guy look like Hitchcock, but the woman didn't look a thing like Tippi Hedren.
But I think she did a good job, and our show's over.
Okay, talk to you next week. Bye bye.
See, I know, I'm a big The Walking Dead.
Yes, you are, and thank you for watching our show, Kevin Russo, Jeff Dearman.